some chick in Hollywood would be paying like
We're
$800
live.
for that.
We came live to It's a Cleansing.
No, we came live after that, but thank you for reiterating that.
Thank you, Cedar. We're late, but we're here.
Sorry.
It wasn't your fault.
Combination of Easter, bathroom surprise,
Technical difficulties.
all of the above. Okay. Tonight will be an interesting night. Let's see what happens. As always, the podcast, everything I do is brought to you by Canadian Dice. CanadianDice.ca, the only place to buy your dice. Not just within Canada.
The only place.
Worldwide now.
Nowhere else no dice. No.
Yeah. If you decide to go over and check out the dice, which I highly recommend, use the code OMRD at checkout for Old Men Rolling Dice, OMRD, and get 10% off your entire order. Amazing. I hope everyone had a great Easter. We all decided that, clearly we have very, very sheltered lives since we're all here to play Dungeons and Dragons. Yeah. Or just maybe not all that religious. Whatever the case. We'll take it.
We just really like each other.
Yeah. So, I just want to highlight a couple things. Last session, you were essentially, I don't want to say captured, but...
We were captured.
Escorted.
We were gang fucked and captured. It was bad.
Oh. Escorted from the Cure's tomb. The Manicourt's tomb, which didn't seem all that dead, actually.
I mean, he looked pretty terrible.
Yeah. He was brought back to life by the priests of Onktipot, and the party was then transported via a teleportation circle within Cure's tomb to an undisclosed location, which had a big, massive pyramid at it. And hundreds of marshaled, sort of standing at attention mummies. And then the party was escorted through their masses and up steps into the pyramid. And that's where we're going to jump in. A couple of things of note. First of all, Bingo is at 0 hit points. And because of mummy rot, cannot regain hit points. Which puts him in an sort of an odd limbo, as basically mummy rot continues to eat at his flesh and lower his max hit points down, and down. Anise acquired something called monkey rot, which is basically doing the same thing. It prevents Anise from healing, but it does not have this sort of eating away at you effect that full-blown mummy rot does. Shazzy seems to have some sort of problems where their wounds are not closing, and we have resorted to stitching our body parts shut. Unnatural openings are stitched shut to seal them. No one has had a long rest.
Hey, Dwarf.
In a long time. Hey, Dirty Dwarf. Hey, Hampod, Cedar. Hey, the gang's all here. No one's had a long rest. All our stuff is, spent for the most part. I don't know that there's anybody with spells actually remaining. We're in a pretty bad place. That's all I want to sort of emphasize as we start tonight's session. We're in a bad place. If this was Star Wars, we're in the back half of Empire Strikes Back. Where it looks pretty dismal for our heroes. So, let's begin. A dense collection of crypts line the monument and temple-filled canyon that surrounds you. This necropolis climbs the canyon walls, where whole cliffs have been sculpted into massive statues of Har'Akir's gods and pharaohs. Among these monuments hide entrances to ancient tombs, many of which belong to past high priests of Muhar and the children of Onktipot. The city of the dead rises towards a great golden mountain the massive pyramid of the pharaoh. A legion of mummies stands marshaled in the plaza before the pyramid. The wind tugs and plays with their linen wrappings. The priestess from Kure's tomb and their honor guard of mummies lead you through the plaza and up the steps of the great golden pyramid. There's little sound here. Your footsteps and the hot winds that sweep the canyon walls are all you can hear. The priestess reaches an opening in the pyramid flanked by golden statues of eagles. She is joined there by a second priest who nods at her and then looks at all of you with disdain. He then leads you into the shadowed maw of the pyramid. And that is where we're going to sort of kick things off here. I'm going to move. I believe that Yelhank is carrying Bingo.
I am.
Okay. So, your characters are in a long tunnel that leads into the pyramid, and after walking in what feels like maybe 75 feet or so, we find ourselves where we are right now. And this group of priests and mummies sort of follow. They trail you as you make your way up. Ahead of you, there is a oddly lit chamber. A circular platform sort of floats over nothingness, and you can see the stars of a moonless sky and a nebula-like color sort of permeating up through a break in the floor. There are 4 animal-headed mummies standing about the base of a dais on that floating platform, and you can see treasures, riches, canopic jars, all manner of treasure scattered about amongst the back half of the dais. And sitting atop it is an oddly shaped mummy. They have let me bring this up here. You can see there's a pretty ornate headdress, and all sorts of golden like armor enshrouds its body. Black wrappings can be seen beneath the gold, and it sits motionless in the chair, as do the 4 mummies standing out on that platform stand motionless. However, to the left and right of the platform, you see 2 very large creatures that look something like a cross between a vulture and a lion. And you recognize this as some manner of sphinx, and 2 of them sit impatiently, sort of prowling back and forth every so often, and tugging at feathers and fur with their beak. And as you enter this room, there is a hollowness and a sort of empty feeling to it. At the back of the hall, there are 3 massive statues that look to be made of gold. Each of them to appear as a hawk or eagle-headed man. All 3 of them. On the floor, just before you reach the gap that leads out into the night, what looks like a night sky below you, there is a massive scarab carving on the floor, similar to the one that you saw in Kure's tomb, which you can only assume is some sort of teleportive device.
I'm just limping along. I'm alive, but barely. Ish.
Okay. When you reach here, the the guard that's following kind of stops, and you move in between another set of eagle statues. There are 4 massive pillars that hold up the ceiling up to this chamber. One of them, has crumbled and toppled. That's over here. But the ceiling still looks relatively intact. The mummies do not move at all as you walk in, but you can tell that Elise has begun to shake a little bit. Gelhank, as you carry Bingo in to this chamber, you hear a rattling sound as one of his gauntlets falls off his body and onto the floor. You then watch as his fingernails fall off and his right hand turns to sand. And you feel a sudden lightness in your arms, as if he is losing body mass.
I'm going to pick up all the stuff that fell on the ground that is not sand and keep walking.
Okay.
I'm melting.
As you do that, you bend over and pick up the gauntlet, and then another piece of armor falls. And suddenly there's sand forming all around your feet. And Bingo's head turns to look at you. His eyes open. There's no more color in his there's just little black pupils in a field of white. And Bingo regains consciousness for a moment, it would appear.
She's just holding me in front of her?
Yeah. You feel very cold, Bingo, and you're not able to move, though, with the exception of sort of your shoulders and your head.
So I open my eyes and I look up at her. And I say, is this a dream?
He was all of me?
I don't think so.
Dude, you don't have any fingers! What's happening?
I kind of turn my head and look, and I see I have no hand or whatnot.
Yeah. And as you, the rest of you look on, Gelhank says, what's happening. Her voice echoes out through this massive chamber, and you're watching as Bingo's body is just draining, like grains of sand slipping through her fingers and through his armor as he just begins to almost melt there onto the floor.
I look and I see my body just dematerializing, and I look up at her and I say, "Oh, we had a good run." And I reach over and she has a little pouch on her side, and I just kind of tap her pouch, and I say, "I left you something," and then I close my eyes.
As Bingo's eyes close, the last of him sort of drains out of Gelhank's arms onto the ground. His armor now has nothing to hold on to, and she's just left sort of grasping for anything she can keep a hold of. His little bones do not turn to sand, though. They clatter to the ground with his armor and lay there in a pile of sand at your feet.
You asshole, you weren't allowed to die first. You're supposed to be me.
As everybody sort of looks at what's happened here, the mummy sitting on its throne stands and steps forward slightly, barely making any sort of sound. It's almost like its feet don't even touch the ground. It just almost as if it's slightly floating there. in a very dry voice. It says, Elise Almar. And Elise turns from what has just occurred with Bingo and looks at this creature standing atop its dais, and you can see her just trembling with fear. And he says, who are these that you bring before me, Jackal? Who are these who step upon my sands, who drink my waters? Who are these who to invade the domain of Ankh-Topot? His voice is very sandy and gritty and coarse. And as he speaks, you can't even see any sort of movement in his throat or his chin. This voice just comes out of sort of this golden mask that frames his face. She says, they're wanderers. No invasion. But she doesn't look back at you. Well, wanderers, who are you? Why are you here?
You speak of invading your desert. You've invaded mine. And I stand up. Let's try to look as tough as humanly possible. Cross my arms. If you hadn't sent your minions to my desert, I wouldn't have come to yours. I wouldn't have drank your water, but you've already come to mine.
He doesn't talk for all of us.
Kapesh is my home.
Yeah, mine too, but we're a little fucked up, Kepler, if you hadn't noticed. Meanwhile, I've got, like, literally, like, cheek. The flesh is kind of just hanging there. Along down, like, my neck is just gashed open. Not bleeding, but, well, bleeding a little. But, yeah.
Elise, Ankh-Topot holds out a hand, and Elise begins to lift off the ground.
Bye, Felicia.
And she floats out over the opening. And Ankh-Topot says, where is Senmet? And you can see Elise start to, like, sort of shake her head, and then you hear a crack.
He Darth Vader her?
That could only be like a bone. Elise lets out a whimper, and she then begins to tell Ankh-Topot that she doesn't know where Senmet is. And he again questions her about your group and why you're here, and this is Senmet's doing. What is his plan? And he's sort of getting more and more agitated with every word. More anger is coming across, but he's physically still. as he again asks her again and again, there's other sounds of bone cracking. And then she finally lets out the word Alma. We've found the Vistani girl. And that he shifts for the first time, and sort of makes his way. He floats down the steps out to the edge of the platform. Where? And she doesn't respond, and he questions her again. Where? And his voice sort of echoes, and a little bit of dust falls from the ceiling. And you hear her sort of in a whispered, very pain-stricken voice say the words, Katapesh. At which point there's a very large snap, and you see Elise's body change from a human into that of some sort of werewolf, jackal-like creature. And he throws her limp body telekinetically onto the ground over by this broken pillar, and this Sphinx immediately charges up, and you can't really make it out from behind the pillar, but you hear its beak like digging into flesh.
Ugh. Oh, well, we're screwed anyway. I walk up, I look him right in the eye and go, I am the shepherd of Kapesh Desert. I said, you will stay away from my desert, and I will leave yours.
Move up next to... Okay.
If you wish to get to this girl, you'll need to speak to me.
Okay. Could you give me an intimidation check, Gnome?
Oh, yeah, like I'm going to intimidate him. I'm not even going to try.
Lean over
intimidation.
and shut the hell up.
Shut up, woman. I'm trying to get us out of this.
It's not helping.
Okay.
Hey.
You know,
Hey.
for as unintimidating as we maybe believe Kepler to be, there's some real growl in his voice and like some demeanor to him.
One time he turned into a bear, it kind of carried over.
Yeah.
Yes.
Just let me talk my way out of this. If you believe the lie, then it's true.
That is not how that works. I would know.
It's my desert. I'm its shepherd. If you need anything from it, you'll talk to me, and you will leave my friends alone.
Okay.
We not wish to come here, but it was your intrusions into my space, into my desert, that led me to yours.
With that, he looks at Keplin.
I'm so dead.
And says the word pain.
Oh, good.
Yeah, have fun with that. At least it wasn't finger of death
So-
or kill word.
He casts power word pain on you.
Oh, goody.
If the target has 100 or fewer hit points, it is subject to crippling pain.
Oh, I have less than 100 hit points.
So, crippling pain overtakes Keplin,
Oh.
falling to the ground. Target has disadvantage on attack rolls, ability checks, saving throws, and other Constitution saving throws. A target suffering this pain can attempt a Constitution saving throw at the end of its turns. On a successful save, the pain ends.
How many hit points does it cost me?
It doesn't hurt you. It just, if you're less than 100 hit points, it takes hold on you.
Oh.
So on the there is no duration. This is permanent until you can save against it.
Oh, great. So I'm on my knees crying.
Yes, and I would like you're welcome to make a Constitution saving throw.
If I needed a natural 20. Yeah, it's not today. Oh yeah, I'm just dying here.
So Kepler falls over in excruciating pain, goes almost like fetal position, or at least can't seem to bring himself to stand up. And he says,
Hurt him.
"Not sure I have any need for the rest of you."
A better bargain than you think.
He doesn't respond to that, but he's looking at you.
Don't hurt them. He's a bit of an idiot. I realize that. But please don't hurt him. Didn't mean to intrude on your desert. We got here by accident. I'm just trying to go home.
To Catapish.
Yes.
Do you know the Vistani that Elise spoke of? Yes.
Yes. Did some work for her.
He looks back at Shazzy. And what bargains have you struck already with Senmet?
Seems your goals are a little bit in line. He wants her too.
Just look at Shazzy.
Keplin's making like whimpering sounds on the ground as he's feeling the most excruciating pain he's ever felt.
Let him go.
What
Inspiration for Kepler.
What did you take from the tomb of Kure?
Get Shazzy.
Mummification tools. A ring with a blue scarab on it. Lapis lazuli.
He sent you for that.
No, she did. I gestured to Elise.
That is merely a lapdog for the mummy Senmet. You've seen him?
No.
In the desert, perhaps?
No. Never seen him.
Gelhank, you think back to, you were the last one to get dragged under the sand, and you remember the mummy walking down the dune that night when this all started.
I've seen this mummy before, right before we all almost died the first time.
You will bring Alma to me. In order for you to
You-
understand the seriousness of this situation, though, I feel that the Lord of Katapesh, and he looks down to Kepler writhing on the floor, is a worthy sacrifice to the cause.
You've already taken a sacrifice. I got a dead man's armor in my arms. You let the little one go. We need a couple more legs to help carry food.
Won't hurt him. We've lost enough today.
No. The cost for entering this domain will be high, and you will understand that you are not to stand against me.
What are you standing
With
against me?
that, he looks to Kepler again, and Kepler, there's just like you feel like your skin is being peeled off you.
Step in between him and Kepler.
Okay.
No, don't do that. Don't do that.
In pain. Shut up.
No! Let me die with some dignity, woman!
Sludge stands up to all 4 feet of her height. Just don't.
You would trade spots with him.
Can I speak while I'm in pain or no?
You can try to. You can sort of like through gritted teeth type thing.
Tell him, the hell she is! I'll take you any day of the week, you dusty old
Shut up.
mummy!
He holds a hand out like this to his side, and one of the mummies from the back brings forward a canopic jar, as does this mummy from the back bring forward a canopic jar. 2, in fact. This one on the left has 1, and this one has 2. The one on the left has an open lid.
Whatever you're thinking, please don't. It was my fault we were still in that temple.
Your fault that Kure's tomb was defiled.
We were looking for the ring. Everyone was hurt. Suggested we rest. Should have left. It's my fault.
Perhaps we could use one experienced in the desert, I believe he said.
My desert!
Shut up,
Your-
Kip.
He actually like looks down. Your desert.
My desert! You better kill me now, because I'll kill you later, you bastard!
At that point, he takes the empty canopic jar and the non-empty canopic jar. You can fight this if you'd like. And he says that to Smudge.
Well, I don't want to fight anything. Just want my
At
friends
which-
to get out here safe.
At which point, a black beam of energy comes from his chest and strikes Smudge in the chest.
I told you to step back.
Up, Kepler, you're not.
And you feel like a fine knife is cutting down your front, Smudge. If you'd like, if you'd like to fight this, you can make a saving throw.
I don't know what he's doing.
Well, you feel like something bad is about to happen.
I like kick Kepler out of the way.
Sure.
It's you that's getting hit, not me.
Do you want to do
Get out
that?
of the way. Get out of the way. Let me take it, for God's
Out of the
sake.
way.
Okay, so you sort of kick Kepler back, and he sort of rolls to the side. And as you do that, you feel just a excruciating pain go up Smudge's body. Smudge has her back turned to Ankh-Topot at this point, and she's looking at all of you. And what color is Smudge's eyes?
Yellow.
Yellow?
Hmm.
You guys see her little yellow eyes roll back in her head. And there is this sort of cat-like scream. And as a what looks like a form of smudge is like almost an incorporeal form is pulled out the back of her. And as it comes out, all of her fur falls from her body. As it almost looks like she's skinned as her inside is pulled out and down the line and into the canopic jar.
Super gross.
You see a little hand reaching out the top, and then it's pulled in, and a lid just magically forms. The beam is still connected to Smudge, though. And then the other canopic jar opens, and a form comes out of that and takes shape and travels down the beam and into Smudge, who's now hairless. And writing begins to scrawl all over her body. And she shakes and then falls to the ground.
I go to her.
And Kepling, the pain ends.
Muted.
Yeah, I get to my feet and I run to Smudge. And got nothing I can do.
And what color are your eyes now, Smudge?
Like smoke gray.
And Anktopot says, is it Aya? Aya will travel with you to Katapesh.
The fuck did you do to her?
He holds a jar which has a feline head atop it now. This remains here in the Golden Pyramid with me. When Alma is returned to me, you will receive this jar, and you may have your friend back.
In one piece?
That would depend on how well Aya is cared for. He then hands the canopic jar back to the mummy that brought it forward, and it shuffles back with it into the trove. Many years ago you failed me, Aya. Many years ago the child escaped the borders of Har'Akir. You will go with this king of the deserts of Katapesh.
I am no king. I am the
will go to
shepherd.
these lands and bring me back my Ka.
First semester.
Ka.
I'm gonna fail you again.
Take what's left of your rabble band and step upon the scarab. I will lower my borders for 3 days. You have 3 days to return to Katapesh. You have 1 year before this canopic jar with your friend will remain intact. 1 year to return Alma to the Golden Pyramid, or her soul remains here with me for eternity. And let me impart upon you this bit of wisdom. Eternity is not a luxury or a joy. At which point he starts to float back up towards his throne.
How do we return?
You
Just
have your
back on
ring.
here.
You stole it from the tomb. Three days, I'll lower the borders of Har'Akir. 3 days for you to get your things together and get out. And then 1 year to bring the Vistani girl back to me.
What about Bingo?
Trend has gone beyond. Can no longer be helped.
Who's gonna pay for this?
Yeah, can you de-dust our friend?
I don't think the press is going to be that fair if he does.
Three days. And he then reaches beside his throne and he turns over what looks like an hourglass, but it's quite large. And sands begin to drain.
Step onto the scarab.
Can I collect some of Bingo's sand?
Yes. Yeah. Are we taking his
collect-
bones?
Yeah, we should probably grab
Sure.
his bones. Just get everything.
Okay. And we step onto the scarab.
Yeah.
As you do so, the scarab begins to glow a bluish color, and a wind begins to encircle the group of you. A wind that almost feels like cyclonic in nature, like it's whirling all around you. It picks up all the dust and grit in the room, and you feel it dash against your eyes, your face, any sort of open skin, and it stings and bites. And then you feel very, very light. As you're wisped across desert sands and bright sun. And it's a very disorienting feeling. And then a familiar feeling of falling.
Oh, great.
Like when the boat was unceremoniously yoinked out from under you.
Wings, and I grab Anise.
Okay. You grab for Anise. Your wings come out, and it all happens just a bit too fast as you all feel yourselves crash through some sort of wooden structure. All kinds of little, I think, baubles and trinkets scattering out across the sand as you crash through the cart of a merchant. Or what maybe is a merchant.
Ugh.
You can see that you are on the edge of a town. Stone and mud structures, palm trees, and even a small, sort of lake, oasis-like lake cooled beside it. Sorry, it wasn't baubles. Paintings. You crash through paintings. Their frames break and crack, and you tear through canvases as you all come crashing to the ground.
Oh no.
Oh, fuck.
Sonny, it was a great day in the Muhar. Everything was going splendid. Your masterpieces all loaded and displayed perfectly on your cart. When suddenly 5 individuals are unceremoniously fall from the sky break your cart, shatter your paintings, and then look about disoriented.
There's just like oil paint everywhere. Everybody's covered in oil paint.
Fuck me, that fucking hurt.
Oh man, all my paintings are destroyed.
Oh, sorry.
You're gonna buy all these?
What?
What?
As their eyes focus on the bright light, you what do they see, Ryan? Who or what do they see?
I was gonna make a tomato cart for Rosine. There is a like a 5'9" turtle standing over his broken cart, and there's just like frames and like paintings are shattered. And they're all kind of like. I'm gonna roll to see how good these paintings are. Actually.
Okay.
Oh, that was almost a 1.
They're pretty good, dude.
Yeah.
These really nice landscapes, like Bob Ross style, paintings, like all over the place, and they're just shredded.
Tell me the turtle has the afro and the beard.
No, but he's wearing so he's he's about 5'9", but he's huge. He weighs about 400 pounds. Completely bald, but he's wearing like a pot on his head, like a cooking pot, and he's like a box turtle, so he has like a yellow and red like chest. And he has his little mace on his side and a shield on his back, but he's been pushing this big cart up towards town.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Oh, I just finished all these. I have to go do it again.
Are we?
How much do we owe you?
Well, art is subjective.
So like 5 gold then?
Like, I don't know, 500?
Yeah, no,
You can
that's
have
not
his
happening.
dead man's armor.
I think that's a fair price.
Is that fair?
I mean, I rolled
hey,
a 23, so it was a pretty nice painting.
As you sort of get up and these people are talking to the turtle, in the sand, in the soft sand, you see the second canopic jar
Pick it up.
that Octopot had. He had one in his right hand, but the one that you came out of, there was a second smaller one.
Oh, that's a nice vase.
I open the lid.
Once you open the lid, you feel a very familiar connection to what's inside.
I like dump it out in my hand.
Little tiny bones and little linens fall out into your hand in a rough approximation of an old friend.
I like hold the pile of bones in my hand, like up. We have work to do.
It raises its little head and makes then begins to stand up, its little tail twitching as a small monkey-like creature.
Oh, it had to be a monkey. Oh, it had to be a monkey, didn't it?
Stands on your hand, moves over onto your shoulder, and if it could, it lets out just the tiniest little sigh.
My old friend.
As this is going on, I'm getting my stuff together, and miraculously, my teapot hasn't been broken. So I start pouring out some little cups of tea.
Okay.
I'm gonna help the turtle guy
amongst
pick
the
up all the
wreckage?
stuff. Pick up all the stuff, put it back on his cart while I'm.
And you guys are
apologizing.
just on the outskirts of this town.
Where are we? Where are we, Turtle Man?
Yeah.
I'm not sure Ryan knows. We maybe didn't talk about it far. It's Muhar.
we're on the outskirts of Mohar.
Do I feel like we're back in my plane of existence, or we're still in somebody else's plane of
No,
existence?
you're still in Har'Akir.
Okay.
I could show you around if you like.
That would
could
be great.
Really use an inn, and if you know where a cleric might be that could get rid of a curse, that would be lovely.
What kind of curse?
Well, she, and I pointed at Niece, can't get any better than she is right now. And I don't know if you noticed, and I like flick the flap of cheek skin that's just kind of hanging there.
Oh my.
Yeah.
Oh.
So I need to sit and sew for a bit. Anise needs a curse removed.
Well,
Laying in the sand, by the way.
I pull out a little.
Yeah, I haven't gotten up. I'm just lying there, wings spread, still in the remnants of the cart. Like, fuck my life right now.
Just
I
sort
walk
of, like,
over-
lean over you, offer a hand, look like shit, get out of the sand.
Don't
I kinda
fucking
like-
come near me.
Like I
You
get my little
bald bitch.
face real close to Anise. I start like sniffing her.
Okay.
Do you need something?
Can I touch you?
Sure.
I put my hand on Anisha's shoulder and I cast Remove Curse.
Okay. So you do that, and Anise, you feel... You don't heal, but you feel like you could. Like, there's not this sort of shroud preventing that.
I turn back to the cart and I grab a little teacup in my big claw and I hand it to her. That's it.
Oh, I feel better.
Mm-hmm.
I'll sip on the tea.
Okay.
If I cast Mend, would that fix some of these paintings?
Absolutely.
The tea
I'm going to
tastes
start casting Mend on all his paintings to fix them.
This
Mending,
Kaplan
yeah.
gets to work. I actually
Yeah.
get off my ass.
Okay. Okay.
Woman.
But like
And
I am fucking wrecked. Like just beyond wrecked.
I walk over to Shazzy and may I touch you?
Where? That doesn't answer the
Jesse.
question.
I hand you a cup of tea
Take the tea.
and then I put my hand on your shoulder.
Okay.
I cast Remove Curse again.
Okay.
Oh, that works.
No,
I don't
a
know.
little bit of blood starts
Ah, shit,
Leak-
it's stinging. Fuck.
leaking
so,
from
say
your
it.
many
Damn it. Fuck.
parts.
I like push it back up into place. Shit. Fuck.
So you would still be reborn.
Yeah.
But your body is able to like re-stitch
Stitch.
itself after wounds. That's right.
Thank
How do you-
you.
Spell using Roll20.
How do you what, sorry?
I've never cast a spell using Roll20.
Well,
if it has
good,
a
good luck
cast-
with all of that.
if it
You
has
just gotta
a
click
casting
on it.
element, it should show up in your like where your weapons and stuff would be.
Okay.
And then on the spells tab, you can keep track of your spell slots like used and what you have available.
I don't see it under weapon.
If you click on the spell, it should bump it over into chat where we can see it.
Okay, 1 second.
But again, the spells can be tricky sometimes, so if it doesn't work, we will figure it out.
There it goes.
Okay.
Is that the total of 8?
Depends. What kind of cleric are you?
The turtley kind.
The turtle.
So it's supposed to be,
turtle.
it's supposed to do 2d8 plus 4.
Yeah, you just rolled like shit.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I have 8.
Okay.
I'll heal everybody for 2 points. I guess
Everybody gets 2.
No, everybody
gets
would
it.
get 8.
Oh, okay. Gelhank, as you're healed, and you're still carrying these bones of a bingo. You're looking at maybe you have his little skull, and just down the side of it, you notice there's this green streak. And it looks familiar.
Like the ooze that was coming out of his ear?
Yeah.
Oh, it's all the way to the bone, dude.
we really stuffed it in there.
And as you look at it, it maybe moves a little bit.
I'm gonna keep the skull, but I'm gonna wrap it in something. I don't want to touch that stuff too much.
Okay. Okay. So you wrap up the remains, his little skull and his other bones. Yeah.
So what's your name?
Me?
Yeah.
Well, I've gone by lots of names.
What are you going by currently?
I point at one of the paintings and it's signed like Sunny with a big sun on it at the bottom.
Are you a morning person by chance?
Depends.
On?
The weather.
That's fair. Well, I'm sorry about your cart. We didn't intend to fall out of the sky.
That's
Well,
okay.
I fixed most of his paintings.
That's okay. I keep my home on my back.
Do you want to try? Do you want to try a different kind of tea?
Okay.
Oh, Anise, no.
I'm gonna
Oh, nice. No.
No.
pour the little.
Let's get the
potion.
tour first.
So,
Let's get to an inn first.
Anise, as you pour a little bit of pesh out, like you can. It's really pungent. Like you can really smell it. It's like all you can smell.
Smells good.
No, pesh does not smell good. What?
Here you go, Sunny.
No, don't drink that.
Oh, I love trying new things. I take it.
No.
God damn it. You
Put it
couldn't
down.
wait until we were at an inn somewhere?
Hmm.
I think it'll brighten his mood.
Look, I can literally peel this back fuck out shit and you can see my teeth.
I'll hand out a potion of healing to Shasi. Do you want this?
No, you already gave me one. I don't want to take both of them. I just need to sleep.
Well, I could show you to an inn,
That would be great.
Yes, please.
and we can talk about how you'd like to repay me for these paintings.
I fixed them all. Look.
I'm giving you perfectly
You
good.
fixed some of them.
Some of
Yeah, and even you can't fix like what some of your repairs have done. They've certainly knitted the canvas back together, but the artistic layering of the paint is not possible for the spell to put back together. So some of them look okay,
The
and
smell
others are still a little.
I have a
Okay.
feeling you will like our special tea so much that you will forget about it.
It is kind of spicy.
Yeah, you might want to get us to an inn pretty quick.
So are you
Okay.
going to head into town then?
Yeah.
So, as you make your way into town, it's a pretty busy place as people move about with their daily chores and whatnot. And Sunny leads you to what looks to be a sort of watering hole / inn, and you see people sit under canopies drinking different beverages. Anise, like, it's really loud here. And, like, you can smell what everyone's drinking. You maybe even hear conversations that, like, are much further away from you than you anticipated.
Chassis,
What?
did I drink some of that fish?
No?
I thought yeah, that's what I thought.
Why? What's wrong?
Everything's louder and I can smell what everyone's drinking. I don't know,
And
there's something
Shazzy,
wrong.
As Anise talks to you, you notice, like, it's subtle, but, like, her shoulders are ripped. Like, there's serious muscle mass there.
On Anise?
Yeah, she is, like,
I'm shredded.
toned, shredded.
When did you look like you could bench press Gilhank?
I don't know. What are you talking about?
Just reach out. Ow, fuck, shit, damn it. Grab her shoulders and give him like a good squeeze.
Yeah, she feels different.
What? Like, I feel like you could... You know the Minotaur that we let go? You could pin him up against a wall.
I tried, but all of you were like,
right
"Oh,
now.
we want to-" Oh, okay.
Now, I mean, if he consented, that's fine, but, like, you could actually...
I don't want to make it sound like she's become, like, the Hulk, but, like, you've known Shazzy a long time, and, like, you just sort of you could recognize her in a crowd, no doubt. But, like, there's just something she's looking a little more... It's been a few days she's had that curse on her as well from the monkey mummies, right? Maybe that's it, but
if you had the curse removed, then why are you...
Maybe it was that tea. I don't know. Maybe he drugged me just like I drugged him.
Wait, what?
What?
Can I have everyone except Anise make Anise and Sunny don't need to make this. Can everyone else please give me a Constitution saving throw?
Oof, 9.
I got a whopping 5.
Yeah, so Gelhank, Keplin, and Shazzy, you've all acquired 1 level of exhaustion. This, it's been a while since you've had a long rest, and everything's kind of catching up. Sonny, you're well rested, dude. You don't have to worry. You're not to worry. But and Aya, you're the body that you're in. You can tell that it's tired, but you don't necessarily feel all that tired right now. Anise, you feel really good.
Well, this fucking sucks. I hate everything here. I'm gonna go and get us some rooms. And I just drag my sorry, broken, torn up ass to the innkeeper.
Okay.
Or tavern, bar, whatever the fuck it is. I don't know. I don't care.
Yeah.
Just somebody who looks like they work here.
All right. Yep. There's a man behind the counter. He's sort of taking people's orders for things they'd like to eat, and the room is filled with really good smelling food. And a man in the corner is singing, and it's just a very pleasant atmosphere in here. Sort of like lounge singing, right? Like just low tone.
Hey,
very smooth.
You're in a desert and everything sucks.
Baby got back.
My anaconda don't want none unless you got buns, hun.
Yes, all of that. And people glance over at your group as they walk in. You come down a few steps, like the building's slightly sunk, just to keep, it's cooler beneath the surface, sort of thing. And there's lots of places to sit. He certainly is willing to set you up for the evening if you intend to stay overnight here.
I need 4 bedrooms and a bath and food. And I don't know. What else you got?
What else you got? He's like, oh, I'll certainly pick an open seat.
No, I want to.
How hungry are we?
Starving, but if you can bring the food to a room, that would be appreciated. I don't think anybody that works here or is currently dining here would appreciate this fluff in their face right now.
He like recoils at that a little bit and then motions for you to follow. He motions you towards a hallway, and he reaches under the counter and comes up with a couple keys, and then motions for the group to follow, and he sets you up they have 2 rooms. Each room, sleeps somewhere between 3 and 4 people. And he then says, that he'll have some food brought, and that unfortunately the Pharaoh's Honor, which is what this establishment is called, doesn't have bathing facilities. However, you are welcome to go to the Oasis and use the waters there. And they're not far.
All right. Thank you. How much is that?
1 gold piece per person for the evening.
All right, I got it. I give him 10. I don't care. Thank you. Appreciate you. I'm gonna go die now.
Okay. And it's not long before food is brought. Sort of like things like dates and bread, and maybe some limes and oranges as well.
It's a date. You eat them.
Yep.
I spend the time.
These are not the Indiana Jones poison dates.
Oh, good. I spend time washing out my wounds because there's fucking sand everywhere with my water skin. And if they bring water, then more of that.
Yes, lots of water is brought to you, just none in the volume that you could take a full-blown bath.
I eat like 3 dates and then fall asleep.
Okay. Is everyone else taking a long rest? Or
Yeah, I'm going to eat and go to rest. Eat, drink, and go to bed.
Okay.
Okay.
It's bad. It's like full spread on the bed. Wings are out and like draped over onto the floor. Tail is just flopped wherever.
I'm gonna stay up a little later and I'm gonna start doing a painting of the group.
So are you in the room sort of creepily watching them sleep and painting them?
Yes.
Yes? Okay.
I don't even need to sleep or breathe, but somehow I'm doing both. And
When it's done, hold on, I'm gonna roll. 1 second. Oh, that's the wrong button.
oh damn!
Okay.
Really
so
good.
painting of everyone, and I'm in behind them, and I got my arms around them, and it says BFFs.
Oh, I love Sunny so much. Shazzy will fucking hate him.
Has Sunny been like lonely out here in the desert?
Well, he had sold all of his paintings, and then he had to go back to his oasis for a while, and he's been gone for a few months painting to bring all the stuff back to market. So he hasn't seen anybody in a while.
Fair.
Hey, Sunny, did you try the drink? I made it.
It was very good. Do you have more?
I do.
Okay. Do you want to stay up and have some drinks?
Is that
It's a little
happening?
though. I have to sleep.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I'll stay up and drink with her if you want.
Okay.
Okay.
So you guys-
through all of Smudge's stuff so that I know what I
Yeah,
have.
I have moved, I think, everything that Smudge had over onto Aya's character sheet.
I don't see Demon Spite on there.
I'm trying to get that one right now. That's the one that's giving me some trouble. So,
We have all Bingo's shit too. Or Galhank does.
okay.
Oh, my sword. Oh.
Your sword and your bones are wrapped up and sleeping beside me on the bed.
Oh.
Oh.
Okay.
Kind of
Nothing
creepy.
creepy about that.
Um,
Oh my god, he melted in my hands!
So listen, as everyone sleeps that night, Gelhank, you have a dream. You can see, you feel like you wake up and you can, on the pillow beside you lies a skeletal Bingo. Just looking at you with sort of dark eye sockets, and then across the pillow towards you creeps that green sludge. And just before it gets to you, you wake up. Give me a perception check.
How late into the night would this be, or our watch would be?
Are you taking watches?
Or sorry, not watch, but rest. That's what I meant.
Oh, about halfway through.
All right, so I technically only need to rest for 4 hours, so I would be awake.
Oh, okay. Okay. So Gelhank, and we'll say Shazzy. Shazzy, you're sort of like,
I'm still lying there, spread eagle, wings and tail everywhere, and I just look over at Gilhank. You alright?
I think Bingo's trying to communicate with me beyond the grave. There's some kind of gross substance on my pillow and it kind of smells.
Is it your drool? We ain't brushed our teeth in a few days.
True, but I feel like this is maybe different liquid.
Alright, and I like drag myself out. I feel much better.
There's no liquid on the pillow.
Just give it a couple taps.
And the bones are good and wrapped up wherever Gelhank wrapped them up.
Well, there's nothing on your pillow.
Just be exhausted, yeah.
You know, we've had a really bad day or two. It's okay if you need...
Gelhank, with that perception check you made, as you and Shazzy are sort of talking and you're keeping it quiet, and you're like, oh, there was a stain on my pillow, and you look across the room. Anise is lying quietly in her bed. There is a stain on her pillow.
Strange.
You know, if you need to talk or whatever. I know you didn't always get on with Bingo. What's strange?
I don't know. I should probably just go to sleep. I'm really tired.
Okay.
All right.
You roll over, you go to sleep.
Guess I'll just sit up and make some arrows out of
Okay.
fucking spikes that we got.
Fair enough. The manticore spikes?
Manticore spikes.
You start making like the heads for the arrows? I love it.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Aya's asleep, but her little undead monkey is like literally sitting on her, keeping watch.
And trying to pick like little gnats out of any little crevices and things like that. Even though there's probably not gnats there. Shazzy.
Can you not bite me?
Not Shazzy, pardon me. Anise, you dream about the the oasis beside the town. You know, you're like, it's night. The moon, the big blue moon here, sort of lights up the oasis, and you're walking around its edge and everything, and that's when you see this little rodent. There's like a rat has come out of town to drink at the oasis, and you feel yourself crouch and approach the rat undetected. And then in your dream, you feel yourself snatch it, not with your hands, not with a weapon, but like in your mouth. And you feel like its bones pop beneath like the power of your molars. And it's wet and chewy. And then you like lean over to take a drink from the oasis. And looking at you in the waters of the oasis is this massive white and gray spotted leopard. And there's a bit of blood, you know, just sort of rolling down chin. And as that blood drop hits the water of the oasis, you wake up. The night's passed, the sun is up. You can hear Shazzy working away on her arrowheads. And there's a bit of blood on your pillow.
Jesse? Jesse,
Yeah, what?
did I eat a rat? In the middle of the night? By chance?
I was gonna say, you know, there was that one year we were really broke, and we did eat rats, but no, not recently.
But I mean like whole, without cooking it, you know?
Not to my recollection, no.
I had a weird dream.
It seems to be
Why is
going
there blood
around.
in my pillow? Yeah.
The blood
Not
gets
only-
me up, and I move over to her bed.
Yeah, not only is there blood on her pillow, but you then notice there's like some, like a dried blood stain down the corner of her chin and cheek here.
You know
Just
that
kinda-
fish? That fish is really good, you know?
Just take her chin and kind of give her the.
I don't remember anything.
Did you give her the spit wash, like the mum spit
No,
wash?
no. I just take her chin and kind of like move her head around so I can see, like if there's
Yeah.
any injury or anything like that.
No, but there's definitely some blood there.
Oh.
And a small stain on the pillow.
You want me to take a look?
Just give it like a little.
Oh, fuck. Hey, Sammy.
Where the fuck did you come from?
Turtle comes in.
Oh,
I'm just like looking over them drawing. Mm-hmm.
Did you stay up all night painting? Did I eat a rat when I was asleep?
Let me check. I pull out my little sketchbook. It's like all these drawings of you.
all of us like sleeping and conked out.
I don't think so.
Hmm.
One
Where's
of,
Aya?
one of the gnomes snoring was mouths wide open.
Let's jump to the gnome. Keplin, you wake up. No crazy dreams or anything like that. And you're sort of getting your pack ready for today, whatever the plan is. And your marble is glowing blue.
Really? I pull it out and I rub it. And I go, Subnet, I hope you're okay.
Yeah,
I could use some luck today.
as you touch it and sort of focus on it, it glows a little brighter.
I keep focusing on it. Hey.
It's rubbing his ball.
Subnet.
Yeah, it
How about my
feels-
balls? You got it. Yeah.
It feels pretty. It feels pretty good, my man. It feels pretty good.
It always does.
And that's when a blood-curdling scream comes from Aya. As she bolts upright in bed,
Oh no, the bald cat is screaming.
Aya, it's nighttime, and you're here in Muhar. And maybe you're not a tabaxi.
Okay.
Your little monkey familiar is there with you. But he's not undead. He's like one of those little street performing monkeys. He has a little red vest on. And you're with a group of other people. And you have a blade. And you know that the Vistani camp is just beyond the next street. And the group of you move through, and you see 3 Vistani wagons just outside of Muhar. Not far from the edge of the oasis, where the water has been drawn. And there are 1 family per wagon. And that's when you see her. She's about 2 years old. She's just learned to walk. And she's chasing a cricket. And she stumbles and falls. And she gets herself back up, and she goes a little further after the cricket, and she stumbles and falls. And she's slowly making her way to the edge of the camp, and her parents haven't noticed. And this is her. This is Alma. And this is who you were sent to find. And this is who you were sent to bring back. But as you see this little innocent girl stumbling in the sands after a cricket, you know, you feel like you can't bring her to Octopod. And then you feel yourself being strapped down to a table. Priests surround you. There are markings of Ankh-Topot all over their body. They've secured you down, and one of them is warming a device used to extract a brain, and they're heating it. Superheating it, in fact, on the edge of a forge-like device. And they walk over to you with this red-hot poker. And as they're about to begin the mummifying process, you remember what it was like when that hot ember struck flesh at the back of your nasal cavity. You remember what that smelt like. You remember what it felt like. And you sit up very quickly in your bed screaming. And the gnome Keplin, startled, looking at you.
Whoa, easy! Whoa, Smudge, are you all right?
Hi, Smudge.
Do I know that she's not Smudge anymore?
No, I think it's very appropriate that for that moment, Keplin doesn't see her as Aya, but sees her as Smudge.
Smudge, are you all right? Calm down. You're safe. You're with us.
Who's Smudge?
You're Smudge. Smudge? Smudge, who do you think you are, Smudge?
So you guys heard, the rest of you heard the scream, and you come in, and Keplin is being very kind to Aya. But he's calling her Smudge.
Smudge, are you all right? Like, Smudge, what's going on?
It's not Smudge.
What do you mean it's not Smudge? Of course it's
Look
Smudge.
at
Who else
her.
could have-
She's missing all her fur.
You saw what
Smudge.
that thing did to her. It hurt her.
Can we say smudge like 16 million more times? That would be fantastic.
What's a smudge?
It was that one. I pointed out.
She was our cat.
I kind of look at Shazzy and I give her that, what you talking about, Willis look.
Open your goddamn eyes, Kaplan, for Christ's sake.
That's what this body was called. Smudge. Makes sense. She's little more than a tabaxi. Little more than a smudge of a tabaxi.
She
Who
was
are
wonderful.
you?
Yeah, who are you? Or what are you?
I am
And I
Aya.
start to back away very, very slowly.
Seems
We know
pretty
your name, but what were you before?
With that, the little undead monkey climbs up her thigh, like her shin onto her thigh, and then sort of just leans into her, trying his best to comfort.
Why does it have to be a monkey?
I have a problem with monkeys.
He's got a lot of problems with monkeys, but stop avoiding the question. What were you? Before you took over our friend.
It was Aya. I am Aya.
And
What's
I
an Aya?
is...
What am I now? A tabaxi? I was once a human. Servant of Master Angtapot. That's all
Poor
you need to
career
know.
choice.
Well, nobody asked you.
That's okay. Nobody asked me anything. I still say what I mean to say.
It's part of the
Do we
magic of
have-
the Shazzy.
Do we have to be nice to you?
Do not have to do anything you do not want.
Oh,
I'm simply
okay.
here to
Will
Well-
you tell
get
on
this
us?
done.
That is incorrect because we have to go and get Alma and bring her ass back here so we can put you back into a pot and get our friend back.
This is all very confusing.
Oh, stick with us, big boy. It's just going to get a whole lot more confusing.
I'm gonna go make breakfast. I walk out.
Good
Okay.
idea.
Make me some.
As I'm leaving, I take the pot off my head. and
I
hold
don't
it.
eat, so don't worry about me.
More
Did you
for
not eat?
me.
No.
Why?
So,
None of your
So you were-
business.
None of your business.
Look, I'm simply here to make sure the job gets done.
Because you were so successful last time, apparently.
You were right. I failed.
Why
I
did
paid
you
very
fail?
dearly. First we try, then we trust.
yeah, I'm out. I just kind of back right out of the room. Go,
Okay.
Hank!
At this,
I go
at
find
this
Gil Hank.
most awkward conclusion, as we have like breakfast starting and Aya feeling maybe a little rejected, I think we're going to take our break, and we will come right back and see if we maybe leave Har'Akir, maybe not.
We'll
We'll
be
find out.
back. Hello, we're back.
We're back. Okay, so the party has something to eat. No, anyone with exhaustion would have lost it now. One level
Mhm.
exhaustion disappears. And it feels like it's been an eternity since you've had a long rest.
Because it has.
It probably has. What's the plan? What does the party do?
We gotta go home. I just don't know how.
Yeah.
Where are you trying to go?
Well,
Don't know how to get there from here, but Calmarine?
What's that?
I know
I've
this
never heard
area,
of
right?
You are literally a Har'Akirian.
Yeah. So
Do you would I have ever heard of Calmarine?
No.
Even though, like, I'm assuming my character would be if it's okay from like southern Schult area.
Yeah, let's say you're from the Forgotten Realms. That's fine.
you said that you have a ring that will take you back home.
Yeah.
Well, then
This
all we
one.
need to do is reach the borders.
You know how to
Oh.
get to the borders?
Just to be clear, the ring brings you to Har'Akir.
Oh, I thought that was the thing that got us home. Sorry, I misunderstood that.
Because the talismans are specific to the plane, I believe, and Effie can correct me if I'm wrong, but the talisman is specific to the plane you're going to. So if you want to go to, like, let's say, Barovia, you would need, like, I don't know, a
Talisman,
Raven
okay,
Feathers
okay.
token or something. So the ring that you have anchors you here.
well, I'm going to tell the group that my stone's actually starting to glow blue again. I'm going to show them
I want to get
that.
that checked out.
So you got a blue
Stone.
ball?
Yeah, you had to go there, didn't you?
Of course I did.
Yeah, it's a little
I
marble.
showed them that I go,
little marble is glowing blue.
it's going blue. Maybe this will help us get us home.
Do you think of Sevnet when you rub it?
Yes, I do.
Your
And don't
stone.
make it. Yes, I do.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Why do you got to make
just-
it so dirty?
just so we're aware, so there is Sebnet.
And
This was not
Senmet.
intentional. Sebnet Gleamglass, our gnome, and there is Senmet, the mummy lord that's working against Octopot and brought Shazzy back to life.
Yes.
So we'll have to be careful of that.
These
Would
are
I
the
have-
Thinking about the
consequences of your
gnome.
actions.
That's right. That's
Thinking
right.
about the gnome. Don't make it even worse than it already is.
Fair enough.
Would I at least know where to begin to look for somebody to get out of here?
Well, you would need a talisman for Katapesh, for
Like that one in
Yeah,
Keplin's
fine.
hand?
So I'm kind of thinking like this might get us home.
Well, let's put your hags out of good use and go. We're on a time crunch.
Not hay.
Can I make some kind of check to see if that would do the trick?
Sure, you
Are
can
you
make an
guys-
Arcana check for me.
Are you leaving already?
You can
wanna
come with
come
us
with
if you want.
Roll better than Smudge. 17. All right.
People like paintings there.
Yeah, there's a whole marketplace.
Really?
So much pesh
And
We
a lot
live
of
right
pesh.
next to
all
we
over.
live right next to a market. Actually, why don't you come with us?
Well,
So you think that items of significance from where they came from are what create tokens and sort of like anchors, and for whatever reason, this little marble seems to have a particularly it has a fair bit it has meaning to Keplin and meaning in his mind, at least, for home. So you think it will work as a talisman.
Okay.
I look at my bow. Is it glowing?
No, but I mean, your bow is magic.
Well, yeah, but
No, I know it
Yeah.
has significant as
are
well.
there other turtles where you're going?
not at last check, but
I'm
Maybe.
getting on in age, and I'm looking for a partner to settle down with.
and turtles are your only go-to? Yeah, all right.
To have eggs.
I
Yes.
mean, that's fair. I was just asking if that was the goal or whatever.
And you can probably notice that, like, he is, like, older. Like, for a turtle, he's pretty old.
Is Sunny wrinkly?
He's got a little wrinkle to him.
Does he have a bit of a wrinkly turtle
I don't know
turtle
if
head poking out?
they say that turtles live to about 50. And
Okay.
he's, like, 45.
Which is some bullshit because turtles can live like for fucking ever.
Well,
Yeah.
then he's 350. Take a pick.
Whatever age we want to put on a turtle timeline, Sunny has more years behind him than ahead of him.
Yeah.
Exactly.
More yesterdays than tomorrows.
Well, there's no turtles
love
at
that.
last check, but it is a merchant city, so caravans come in and out all the time.
Okay.
And
Well,
it's not, seeing somebody of such proclivities would not be surprising. Our bartender is a bugbear. Or a
nice,
knoll.
sexy.
Either one.
Okay. I'll travel with you for a little bit.
Alright. That's great. Thank you, Sonny.
You seem like good people.
Yeah, just do me one favor, okay?
Hmm?
Stop drawing us when we're sleeping. Kind of creepy.
You can draw me while I sleep. I don't mind.
With consent.
I hand Kepler a drawing of him sleeping, and he's just like got his mouth wide open snoring.
That's fair.
Ooh. Can I make a request?
Mm-hmm.
Can you draw minotaurs?
Mm-hmm.
Robbie, like, what have you have French?
We'll talk after this.
Am I making
Denise getting her own fan fiction pictures.
Am I drawing fan
Minotaur porn.
I'm so
Unbelievable.
glad I don't do the art for this campaign.
So we're gonna go.
Where do we start?
Yeah.
So we're gonna.
I could take you to the Oasis.
Yeah, that'd be
You
nice.
know how to get to the borders from here then?
Nope.
You do.
I would, yeah. Okay.
And
I can
we
lead us
have-
to the borders.
2 days to get to the borders, so that's just we get moving.
Okay.
I want to go to the Oasis. I want to take a dip.
Don't worry,
Oh,
Cedar. Nobody's gonna
Sounds
ask
nice.
you.
Cedar loves Sunny, by the way. Cedar loves Sunny. Okay, so listen, you make your way out of town on a road leading sort of.
Oh, I thought we were going to the Oasis. Or is
Well,
that
you're
where
going
we're going?
past the Oasis.
Oh,
but
okay. Well, before
And-
we leave, is there like a
Yes.
place we can get camels or something?
Sure.
Just because we are on a
Supplies in
time
general?
limit? Or some sort of desert mount of some such?
So a camel would cost 50 gold pieces each.
I don't
Well,
have any money.
Aya and Kaplan are pretty small. They can share one.
There is the money that was taken from Kure's.
Yeah, we got a
we
fair
we
bit.
split it up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So there is some money there.
Everybody should have gotten like
222
300.
gold.
yeah,
is what it
and then it
was.
was like a bunch of silver.
There's 6 rings. They're each worth 50 gold. So they're each worth a camel.
Yeah, we'll trade those.
6 rings for 6 camels?
Yeah.
Sure.
All right. And you take camels down the road. As you start to get close to where the border would be, before there was that massive sort of heat wall. Right? But as you get close to the border, the winds start to pick up. And sort of a sandstorm begins to surround you and overtake you. Aya, you would maybe be familiar with this, having been someone who walked the mists. This is the borders. If you keep moving into this storm, you will go pop to somewhere else.
It should lead us out.
I mean, we tried this before, and bingo just didn't go well for him.
That it was because he did not allow you to leave. He has opened the borders now. I've done
Oh.
this before.
All right. lead the way then. I
Tell me about Alma. Sort of like meandering.
Well, she's really cool. She recommended this place that she likes to visit. If you want to know a little bit more about Alma, I'll tell you what her tastes are and what she's into.
Do not believe I need to know that.
Oh.
Chaplin, your marble is glowing blue as you walk into the sandstorm. As everyone is talking back and forth, you notice that like it gets harder and harder to see your fellow adventurers and their camels. But one thing that is always consistent in your sight line is that blue dot, that blue marble glowing through what transforms from a sandstorm into simple, cold mist and darkness.
Right. So everyone can see my marble if I hold it up like a torch.
Yes.
Okay, I'm like everyone like follow me. We're going home. As I
you
hold my
know
little
where you're
hand up.
going.
We're going home. Have a little faith.
As you move through the darkness and the mist, and following the blue light that Kaplan uses like a beacon, you all feel a sense of loneliness, a sense of hopelessness, a sense of dread.
Oh, I didn't sign up for this.
You walk for maybe minutes, maybe hours. Time kind of gets lost on you, and then there's you're hit by the warmth of a familiar sun, and the mists start to peel back, and you find yourselves back in the ruins. Not where the boat that took you was, but actually on the surface. Sun
Where all those
is up.
gargoyles were.
Where all the gargoyles were, yeah. And
We're almost home.
There's nothing around you, but your camels are here. If you remember, if you can see this map, it's this pink dot here that we're at now. And the ruins of the Shrine of Nethys.
So we should leave. And if I'm not mistaken, we're probably going to meet that. He's not. What was that dragon called? He's not a dragon. He's half lion, half dragon.
Huna.
We'll meet Huna because he's flew off to the other sites to see what was going on over there.
Yeah.
So we should probably go to our rendezvous.
Harold. See if Harold's still about.
Yeah.
I don't know how long it's been.
Based on where the sun is and where it's positioned, would I be able to even know what month it is? I realize I wouldn't know what day it is, but I might know what month it is based on where the sun is.
You've been gone for a few days.
Okay.
It feels like time has passed appropriately both here and wherever you were.
I let the party know that I think we've only been gone a few days.
I'm gonna try and track Harold.
Track Harold?
Our donkey that we left here.
I forgot what I was like. Who's Harold?
Attached to a cart.
Give me a survival check.
Which I do at advantage because Harold is a beast. Which is good. I rolled a 10 and a 1.
Because he's dragging a cart behind him, it's not hard to find.
Yeah.
He has wandered a little bit to the south, and you can see that he's actually stuck. The cart is stuck on some rocks. It's gotten wedged, and any little bit of scrub brush around him, you can see that he's eaten. There's not much. There's nothing left. Right. You've arrived in the nick of time.
Okay, well,
I spare you the trauma of a dead donkey.
Thank you, because I would be traumatized.
I feel like there's been enough.
There's been enough. You've done enough, DM. You've done enough. I'm going to unhitch Harold.
Oh, he's very happy for that.
Give him scritches.
Yes, he starts nudging you for your water. Like you've probably given him water from water skins before, and not being a dumb animal, he begins to immediately like nudge for water.
Yeah, there should be barrels in the cart that have water in them, so I'll just yell, Hank, can you help me with one of these barrels?
Yeah, sure.
All right. Get Harold some water.
Okay,
Hook up
so you water your donkey.
Yeah. Get the cart unstuck if possible.
Yes. Yeah.
Hook it up to a camel rather than Harold.
Sure.
He's had a rough couple days. I'm so sorry, buddy. So sorry. Scritches, scritches, scritches.
He seems to be recovering quickly.
And then, just kind of lead him while on the camel.
You guys gonna make your way home?
Yeah.
Well, should we rendezvous with the dragon? What's his name? Noon?
Cahoon.
Cahoon.
Hakuna.
No, it's Hakuna. Like
Hakuna.
Hakuna Matata.
Mm.
Oh,
Hakuna.
I was thinking Kahuna.
That's my turtle,
That's your turtle.
from the
Yeah.
convention. Yeah.
That's what I was
Too
thinking.
much Har'Akir going on here.
Yeah. So you guys, well, do you wait to see if Hakuna shows up?
Well, I thought we were going to meet him back somewhere.
He did say he would meet you here.
Yeah.
But
and I say we wait for him.
He did not show, and you've been gone for
Couple
I think
days.
it's a total of 2, maybe 3. 1 day, missed your long rest. 2 days, got your long rest. Yeah, 3 days. It's been 3 days.
Yeah.
Are any of you able to send messages across distance?
No. The route back to Kelmarine, will we go back by his watering hole that we first met him at?
No.
Shit. Okay.
You could detour to there if you'd like.
We don't got time.
Okay. So you can
My
go.
stones
The
don't
quickest
go-
way would be to go
Right.
around the south of the mountains here through the hills,
Okay.
like this sort of approach down here.
Mm.
But if you'd like, you can push right through the mountains here.
I think we pushed through the mountains, or at least along the southern edge of them when we were going between those two.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes, you did. So you're gonna do that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is my stone still glowing, or has it stopped glowing, or is it glowing brighter?
Nope. It's still going.
Can I see anything in it other than just blue? I
No,
can't see, like,
Just the color blue.
kind of whisper to it, "Thank you for getting me home," and I put it back in my pocket.
Okay.
Thank the hag for getting us home.
She's not a third. And if you looked in the mirror lately, come on.
You know, that's
And I just
hurtful. I was dead for a whole day.
I know, and you're being really hurtful.
Not my fault you fell in love with the hag.
Did not.
I'll just keep an eye on the sky for
Okay.
him.
So you walk for the entire day, and as the sun's going down, you sort of round the bottom of the mountains here, and you're at the monastery that you originally used as sort of a base of operations. And as you look down into the valley at Dear Kelmarine, you can see that buildings are damaged and
Oh,
smoke
God, the gnolls came when
is
we were gone.
rising from a number of buildings.
Does your village usually look like that?
Nope.
Nope. Clearly things have gone horribly wrong.
Stay here. I'll scout ahead. Wings fly off.
Take my little friend.
No, I'm not touching that undead piece of shit. No.
Keep your monkey to yourself.
Not gonna hurt you.
The monkey's like,
Look at the
A
monkey
monkey
go.
bit me.
See,
I like
it's
this
A
like-
monkey
monkey.
bit me.
If it
I got
bites me,
rabies.
I am chucking it into the river.
It's just so I can look too.
Does it have rabies?
No, it's dead.
Oh,
Fine.
I got the monkey illness.
Take the undead creepy monkey with me.
Down with the sickness.
He like climbs up, so he's like right on top of your head and just like hangs out up there.
Okay.
If you try
I
to steer me
watch.
with my horns, I swear to God, into the river with you.
I watch through his eyes.
Okay. So Shazzy, you fly and get a bird's eye view of the city. As does the monkey have a name?
Teak.
Teak.
Yep.
It looks like there was a battle here, maybe a day or so ago. The city is mostly intact, and the people are moving about. You can see that buildings are being rebuilt.
Okay. Just kind of give a closer look, make sure it's our people and not
Yeah.
a bunch of gnolls moving in.
No, maybe you even see some familiar faces.
Okay. Alright, head back. Looks mostly okay. Just some more superficial damage, but don't know until we actually get in. It's our people in there, though. So, let's go. Camels.
Yep.
Harold.
I kind of really want to get there because I'm worried that Subnet might be hurt.
So you get into town, and as you do, some people recognize you, and they seem they're happy to see you, but you can also tell that they've maybe not had the best. Maybe the last 24 to 36 hours have not been great.
Ditto.
Like,
You guys
hold
also
my
look
hood
a
up.
little rough around the edges.
Just a little.
Yeah. There's some mention of like, look at that turtle, and things like that, and maybe those that knew, Smudge are wondering.
He's got like my hood pulled way up.
Yes, and a few people, you overhear them make note that there is no bingo. Where do we go?
Well, we should probably go to our house and unload, and then go report to what's her face there.
I think we
His
need
name?
to sort out how we're going to tackle this very sticky situation that we found ourselves in before we go anywhere. So let's go home and have a discussion.
Yeah, let's do that.
You're
You're
muted,
muted.
Rye.
Okay, so you guys make your way back to your house.
A lot of sense for when I was like, I have sending. I'll send them a message for you.
Oh,
And then saying anything, I'm like, okay, nobody wants me to do it. Fine.
And then as you get to your house, you can see that there's a lantern lit inside. The sun just about down, the moon coming up.
I'm gonna hop off my camel and go in through the top window.
Okay.
Because I told specifically someone not to come while we were gone. And I didn't leave no
We trapped
lantern
the
on.
house?
Trap the house.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
Yeah.
did you booby trap the house?
I left 6 hunting traps and like a whole bunch of just like rope traps and pretty much
Mhm.
everywhere.
I recall.
All right.
Isn't like
so
that? Is her name Dashki, the leader, the female leader?
The
No,
dude.
it's
Dashki's
Alma.
the guy. Alma, yeah. I'm gonna go to Alma's to go report
no,
her. And
we're having a discussion before you go anywhere.
Because you might have to kidnap her.
no, actually,
Yeah.
I was gonna go try to find Subnet. To be quite honest.
Well, Sebnet looks like she's here, so just hang tight. Quit rushing off everywhere, because whenever we split up, shit happens, or we stay together in a fucking hallway, and I just grumble the entire way as I'm going up through
And
the
you-
top window.
Okay, you sneak in. Somehow grumbling, you still manage to sneak in through the top window.
Fucking pricks and never listen to me.
You
Say
know,
I'm the
okay.
leader, but never do anything I say. It's fine.
It's really par for the course, though.
Yeah,
When you
true.
get into the second floor, Shazzy, everything looks as it should.
All the traps are in place.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I untrap my way down into the main floor.
Okay. When you get down into the main floor, at your table sits Dashki. He has a lantern burning on the table, and looks like he's eating a very simple dinner.
What's he doing in our house?
What are you doing here, Dashki? Not that I'm not happy to see you, but what are you doing here?
He turns and looks at you, and he looks at you very concerned. And then he tries to put words together, and you can tell that he's still suffering from the damage that
Okay, hang on.
poison inflicted.
I go
And
towards
he's
him
like-
and pull out some parchment and stuff for
he,
him to
pu-
write
he
on.
pushes it aside, and he manages to get out the word carrion thing.
He came, but you fought him off. No?
He took them.
Them who? Alma?
Yes. And others.
Son of a bitch.
How many?
Knew this was gonna be too easy.
2, 3 dozen. We are to leave this place in the following week, or he returns for more.
Took him back to his shrine? His throne?
I assume so.
Alright. You didn't get yourself hurt or anything walking around in here, did you?
There was an obstacle at the door.
Yeah.
I managed to avoid it.
Okay. Alright, well, you stay here and keep it getting your dinner. I'm gonna get the others.
There's more.
Okay, well, just hang on. I'll go get them. Unless it's something that you think only a couple people should hear. Because we got some new party members. And I don't know if I trust them quite yet.
Oh, okay.
Alright.
I'll wait.
Okay, so anything that you think that only we should know, just keep a lid on that for now. Okay. Right. I go out the front door after, like, again, disarming my traps along the way. Open the door. Alright, come on in, it's safe.
Who's in there?
Dashki.
Oh shit! I'm gonna hide my scimitar.
Okay. Your scimitar.
Where are you gonna hide it? In your prison pocket?
I'm gonna hide my scimitar. Okay. You tuck it away under your cloak or something.
Oh wow, it's real nice in here.
Yeah, you like the black mamba floor?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's nice.
Mm.
Give your toes a little wiggle in it. Feels nice.
I click my little claws against the floor.
By the way, Smudge was sneaky. Aya's really sneaky.
Oh shit.
Nice.
Oh shit.
Alright. Well, Dashki, you know us. This is Sunny and Aya.
Hmm.
This is Dashki.
So as Sunny and I look on Dashki, he's a little. You can tell this is someone who has lived a very hard life, but has cleaned themselves up a little bit.
Literally?
I know.
well,
Like
He's like he's wearing a priestly like robe, which was probably given to him by the temple. And
Clean him up like when they fixed him. They sort of cleaned him up, you had said.
yes, yeah.
Well, whether he maintains it or not is a different question.
Well, he seems to have been maintaining, maybe because of where he's living. Like he's living at the temple, right?
Yeah.
So, but you do notice that as he stands up, he makes use of the table, and he also has sort of a walking stick with him that
Yeah.
he leans on, and he nods to the two that he nods to Sunny, and then sort of looks at who he thinks is Smudge, and then
Like, take the hood off.
Yeah. It's been a rough couple days for us too.
what
Can I do a medicine check on him to see if he's just old as fuck or if he's actually sick?
Yes, absolutely.
Well, just to give
26.
you all the data that he gave me already, the Carrion King came while we were gone and took about 36 people, including Alma.
This is the Carrion
Hmm.
King.
Noel King, awful horribleness.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I have a 26 for medicine.
So you can tell that, first of all, that Dashki has a number of sort of old niggling wounds, long healed. But you can also tell that there is some neurological damage of some type. All akin, basically, like maybe a stroke, something like that.
So it's just like natural stuff.
Well, you're not sure what caused it, but you can tell that his mind and body is afflicted. There's
Hmm.
not much that can be done for his body. I mean, it's been a long time since it's healed over, and he's missing fingers and
Ooh.
Testicles.
yeah. I mean, you
No.
probably can't tell that from an outer.
Oh, you can tell.
From a passive check.
You did roll very good on your medicine. Like you can see that like there's no balls and it's hanging to the left.
Well, I just
Maybe.
think he's fucked up from the past.
Yes, he's lived a hard life.
Well, that's rough, bud.
He
So-
says
Do you guys need some help?
you
with...
can tell he's looking for Bingo.
He's gone, Dashki.
He lets out a sigh and sort of sinks back into his chair.
Like I said, it's been a rough couple days for us, too. What else?
The reinforcements from Katapesh never came. The bard and the old man are missing as well. We have no reports of their whereabouts.
Yeah, that's expected.
This is a real bummer. Who wants some tea?
I would like some tea, please.
Dashki says the priests of Sarenrae would like us to remain. Word has been sent to paladins, knights of the sun goddess. They tell us that we will be reinforced shortly, but people have lost hope.
There a timeline for those reinforcements?
Soon. I know that the priests sent with their reinforcements approximately the same time the others were sent to Katapesh.
Messenger been through at all since we were gone?
We don't think anything is reaching Katapesh to the south.
How many days travel is Katapesh again?
I believe 4 or 5 days. But they left well before, because they had already been dispatched before you guys went originally to the House of the Beast.
We sent another group of runners, though, I thought, afterwards.
And we've heard nothing. There is a settlement at the edge of the mountains to the east. A place called Bronze Hook. They have not seen or heard of them either.
So they didn't make it very far at all.
Truthfully, the way to Katapesh is quicker if you avoid Bronze Hook. It's possible they didn't go there. He stands up. He says, I came here. I knew you would come back.
Yeah. Oh,
I wish I had better news.
all right.
Who all was taken?
They rounded many of us up. They could have taken... Truthfully, they could have taken us all. They took Alma and most of the servants there. Men, women.
They've taken Alma and all of her servants?
Her house stands empty.
Subnet?
He looks at you, unknowing who
The
Subnet
gnome,
is.
like me. A gnome like me.
There was a gnome amongst the people that were taken to the west.
Stole your girl.
Well, she's not my girl yet, but we have to do something about this.
Obviously.
Well, no time like the present.
So I'm feeling.
Well, there is another matter that we need to sort out before we go anywhere.
What's that?
Just gesture at Aya. The reason they're here at all? You don't remember?
At that point, Dashki gets up and pats Shazzy on the shoulder, and as well as anyone else that he passes by that he knows. And then he looks back and says that I'm glad that you're back.
Careful
The
getting back
priest-
to the temple.
And he looks to Anise and says, the priest told me you visited.
Yeah, I was very worried about you.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. You look great.
Yeah, right.
Well, you look
we-
a lot better, you know what I mean.
That's true. You were dying for a while there.
He smiles and makes his way out of the house.
Right. Well, obviously we gotta go get our people back, kill the Carrion King, and then we can deal with Alma. However,
It's a lot.
it is. Either way, Alma needs to go back to Har'Akir.
I agree. Well, wait a minute. Does she have to?
Yeah,
Can't we figure out a way
You
in
will
which
not
we
get
can
your friend
free
back unless we take her in place of Smudge. You will not get her back.
unless we can beat that?
Like,
beat
were
that
you
filthy-
listening at all?
He was occupied being in pain.
Oh, right, because you couldn't keep your fucking mouth shut.
Yeah, he kind of deserved that.
I'm thinking there must be a way we can kill that mummy, lift the curse, and free our friend. He was
Just
clearly
how do you perceive we could do that, Kepler? We got our asses handed to us.
yes, we did, but he was concerned about some other guy. that was looking for the same girl. That
Sabnet.
yeah.
Senmet.
So maybe he can help us defeat him.
Do I know why he wants this girl? Like, am I aware of what's happening?
I just sent you a message on Discord.
Okay.
We need to figure out what our plan of action is here, because we got our asses handed to us in the House of the Beast. We got our asses handed to us in the temple in Har'Akir. And a undead mummy emperor dude with a fucking army of mummies and skeletons. We don't stand a fucking chance. Are you kidding me? Did you see what else was in that throne room with him? Just that would kill us.
My master does like his pets.
We get him what he wants. We get Smudge back. Aya goes back into her fucking jug. We come home. And I don't know, we retire.
Sounds pretty good.
Thanks, Sonny.
Hey, Sonny, when you see your new bedroom?
There's a big old wall you could paint over.
I get a bedroom?
Mm-hmm.
You sure do, bud.
Yeah. I've never had a bedroom.
I'll show you there. Let's go there now.
Okay.
Okay, the two of you make your way upstairs. You open the door, and Sunny looks in on a bedroom with a bed that is broken. There's all sorts of very lush and sort of sexy drapery all around the room, but an odd odor.
I don't mean to be rude, but this is a little garish.
Yeah, you can do whatever you want with it. Fix it up, clean it, wash things.
Kind of stinks a little bit, too.
Yeah, the last guy didn't really prize hygiene. But as the new member, do you know what? You look like a person I could trust. I got a present for you.
Oh.
Okay.
I pull out from underneath my cloak the rapier. Here, why don't you have this? This is my friend's.
Oh, I don't know.
Where in the afterlife, Bingo loses his marbles.
I don't know how to use one of those. I use this. I pull it like a stick.
Is that a +1 stick?
Sometimes when I'm painting and stuff, snakes come up and bother me, and I have to chase them off. But I might hurt myself if I was to use that.
Just keep it hidden in your bed. Maybe you might need it one day.
Okay. I take this rapier and I have no idea what to do with it.
It's cold to the touch.
Put it in the weapon rack on the wall.
Thank you. I think it looks pretty.
Yeah, just make yourself acquainted and maybe keep that between us.
I just hang it on the wall.
Okay.
There's a beautiful weapon rack for it.
Almost like it was made for it.
Doesn't I have someone else that uses swords that might find this more useful?
Look, bud, I'm trying to do you a solid. We just met. Take the damn rapier.
Okay, thank you.
It's very big and aggressive. Take the damn rapier.
And I'm assuming it's really small in my hand because it was like a halfling's, right?
Yeah.
It's just I wrap my claws around it and
And it's cold.
Okay, I'll just hang it up for now. I'm just gonna make myself comfortable in here.
Okay.
I throw everything off.
There is a nice window that overlooks the river, and you immediately link you could paint pretty nice pictures here.
Ooh. I pull out of my bag. I pull out a portable easel, snap, put it down.
Okay.
Pull the canvas. I'm look out the window.
And you found a new muse.
Yeah.
What are those downstairs doing?
We're gonna have to go get him regardless. When we get there, we have to figure out how to break Alma off from the pack. If we can even get to them. Like, that's the other thing. We got fucked up in the House of the Beast.
Yeah, but we dealt with them a little at a time, and that seemed to work.
Yeah, but it's been, what, 5-6 days maybe? They probably have reinforcements. Now they've got reason to have all these reinforcements with all the civilian prisoners they have.
We have a Hakuna. They
And
don't
how-
have that.
We don't have a Hakuna because we haven't heard from him since
We-
he and I split ways.
Did you want me to contact your friend because I was muted earlier?
Huh? You can do that?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
How?
we'll assume that there's been a bit of a discussion, and Sonny just comes downstairs.
Well, he did promise tea.
He did promise tea. That's right.
He's ready. Yeah, I can send a message to someone if you'd like.
That would be great.
Sure. I need to be familiar with them. Maybe you could tell me a little bit about them.
Oh, sure. Hakuna is well,
Hey, Shazzy, give me an intelligence check.
I'm not good at this, but
Smudge's notebook. Smudge's notebook.
That's what the intelligence check is for, to see if you
Okay.
remember.
gonna say 1.
Okay, so it slipped your mind at the moment.
That tracks.
Actually, anyone privy to the conversation can make an intelligence check just to see if you remember. Smudge drew Hakuna at length.
Asked all kinds of questions.
Funny that. Did we get any other rules? No? Anybody want to make intelligence?
Yeah. Trying to figure out. Do I have to click on my?
You should
You
just be able to
click-
click on intelligence.
No.
There we go. Anise got a 12. Anise, you remember. Gelhank definitely remembers that, Smudge would, sketch constantly.
I'll go find the notebook.
All right, so do you start...
Ah, yeah,
do you
move.
start, frisking down, or what?
What are you doing?
Huh? I need to find Smudge's notebook.
Oh yeah. And I go help frisk Aya.
Okay, just
It's
No,
not
back
long before
up.
Sorry,
you-
this isn't your
you
shit.
find-
We're gonna
You find a couple sketchbooks, sort of some leather wrapped around them, some pencils, things like that.
These aren't yours.
there are drawings of everybody in there, by the way. From the last year that we were together, drawings of everybody. And one of them is Shazzy working in the temple, doing her archaeology thing where she's doing something with a paintbrush. Anise sneaking something, and Gelhank and Bingo doing Gelhank and Bingo things, and Keplin. All of the drawings of Keplin's, there's monkeys in them.
This is incriminating evidence. I'm gonna
You're
read
mean.
pages that have a niece. I'm gonna keep these to
Anise
myself.
keeps it. Okay.
I get very verklempt, but I flip to the page with Hakuna on it and hold it up for Sunny. This is Hakuna.
So
Oh,
Sunny sees pictures of this sort of dragon, which is part lion, part dragon. And there are all kinds of questions that Smudge asked, and you sort of get a sense for who Hakuna is from those.
okay.
Friend was a bit of a twat, wasn't she?
No, she was lovely, and you shut your
What?
fucking mouth.
What would you like me to send?
From Shazzy, just checking in, seeing where you're at. You missed the rendezvous. Hope you're okay.
Okay. I say, "Hello, I am a turtle. Your friend Shazzy missed the rendezvous. Maybe we can all be friends. Are you okay?" That's it.
Pooping.
Are you pooping?
Yep.
No.
What? Are you pooping?
Are you pooping? That's what Jester
Well,
always
that's
did when
their-
she was
A
cast
running
sending.
joke.
Are you pooping?
So an answer comes back almost immediately. Wounded in the northern ruins. The blue dragon dwells here. Do not come. Outmatched.
Your friend said he's fine. No, I'm just kidding. I'll relay that.
Not been to the material plane in some time, but it seems everything's gone to hell.
Your friend said not to go see them, but it sounds like we should go see him.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I think we do.
Yeah.
This will help get on. I will help you. Are you all right?
I'm fine.
My tea. We could go after our tea.
Yeah. I just need a minute. I'm gonna go to my room for just a couple minutes.
Okay.
Do reborn cry?
I think probably yes. I think probably yes.
Do they have tear ducts that work?
Just in one eye.
Just one eye.
You get
And
the
it bleeds
left or the
blood.
right.
You want all
You
the
cry
stuff
blood.
that's in Smudge's notebook because you have one of them.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna keep that with me.
I'm
And
gonna take one of the, if I can take one of the sketches of Gilhang and Bingo out of the sketchbook. And I'm gonna fold it up and I'm gonna give it to Gilhang.
Okay.
What is wrong with us tonight?
emotional damage. I come down after a couple minutes and jaw set, skin a little darker under the eyes. All right, let's go.
Are we going to the House of the Beast or the Northern Ruins?
The northern ruins first.
Yeah, I think so.
Do you rest the night?
Do we need to?
I would think. I would
have
think
been
that
walking all day.
before he goes to his room to sleep, I'm gonna go to what's her face's house there to go look, just make sure to confirm whether Subnet's been captured or not.
Okay. So we'll do that, and then I think we're going to wrap for tonight. So Kaplan reaches the estate, the house, the little garden around it, the wall, and the gate is like kicked in,
Mm-hmm.
and the lights are all out.
I'm gonna go look through it. Cause I call hello. I'm gonna investigate the house to see if I can find her.
Inside, the house is ransacked, and obvious signs of combat are about. There are a number of
everywhere.
There are a number of blood stains and things like that from where wounds were inflicted. You're not sure on Noel or person. And the house seems very much deserted.
And I call out nothing, I would assume, right?
No.
I use my stone to see whether I can find her with the stone, and she's like, "Does it light up,
Yeah.
or is it
No. No, I mean, your stone is always lit now, it would seem.
okay?"
But,
Okay.
nothing.
Then I go back to our house all dejected and just kind of, almost in tears, just go up to my room, just kind of lock myself in my room, go to sleep. The
It's
rest of
always
the
lit
day.
because some gnoll took it and it's like constantly rubbing against their balls. Because that's where they keep it.
You're a very, very mean person.
I know.
It is a hag's eye after all, right?
It's not a hag's eye. It's a good luck charm.
So the party rests that night. You fall asleep. It's your own bed. How amazing is that?
I sleep terribly.
Anise, you're on the rooftops. And you are like crossing gaps between building to building. You have never jumped like this before in your life. You're even kind of impressing yourself. And you eventually find yourself feeling very hungry, and you begin to sniff the air.
Shit.
And you see a dog in the street below, and also a merchant drunkily walking home from the battle market. And this pang of hunger overtakes you, and I'd like you to choose the merchant or the dog.
Oh man.
Is it a pug?
Oh crap. I don't. Oh, I'm gonna have to choose the dog. I don't want to murder a person.
So you pounce on the dog, and as you begin to feast, you realize that you don't have hands. You have sort of these hybrid clawed digits covered with white and gray fur. And again, just like the rat, you feel, easily you crush bone with your molars and incisors, and you dine on this dog, and then you expect to wake up from the dream, but you don't, and you look into a fogged and sort of smoke clouded window of a building in the alleyway where you've just devoured this dog, and you're looking at the creature that you saw in the chamber where the boat was, this half leopard, half woman form. And it begins to sink in. It's you.
Can I get closer to the window to see my reflection better?
Yeah, absolutely. As you get closer, this massive head and just muscular shoulders and neck, covered in sort of a white gray fur with sort of spots, ears, and these massive blue eyes of a leopard looking back at you in the glass.
Am I able to stand on my legs?
Yep, you look down and
Bipedal?
you're not totally leopard, but you're not totally tiefling drow. You're upright. You're probably as big as Gelhank, maybe a little bigger.
I'm gonna try to stealthily get back home.
Yeah, no problem. You move through alleyways across rooftops. The city is like this town is so easy. You can leap from the ground, halfway up a building and crawl the rest of the way. No problem. No one takes any notice of you, and you find yourself back on the roof of your home.
I'll sneak back into my window.
As you do, the familiar smells of the house hit you, and you feel like sort of a calmness come over you. And then there's like a popping and a twisting of muscle and bone, and it's uncomfortable at first. And then, your backwards knees sort of snap back into your regular form. Your tail goes from being furry back to its regular tiefling shape. And maybe a mirror in the room, you see just the very last bits of fur disappear, and those big blue leopard eyes fade away into your own.
I'm running to Chassie's room.
How?
Okay.
How late?
I think let's end it there.
Okay.
We'll start when we start next time. We'll have you either kick open the door or bang on it, whatever you want to do. Thanks so much for going. We went a little late tonight, guys. Thanks everybody for doing that.
We
had
also
some technical
started
difficulties, and yeah, we had some stuff going on. Next week we will not have a game. No, wait a minute. What's next week? The 16th?
Yeah, the week after that.
16th we will have a game. It's the week after that we won't.
Mm.
As the captain holds up the card, our sponsor is of course CanadianDice.ca. Go check out all of Ryan's dice over there at CanadianDice.ca. Use the OMRD code and get 10% off your order. New podcast episode coming this week. We get to talk to Luke Gygax. That was very fun. Tomorrow night, are we having Mistwalkers?
We are indeed. The
Mistwalkers around
party
Bach Tail?
continues their adventure through Valashan, which is another domain of dread.
Another domain of dread. Wednesday night, we are over on Goodman Games doing some MCC. We had a TPK last time. We're recovering from that. And then Friday is Fixius 5.
And Thursday we have Court of Crystal and Shadow.
Oh, yep, of course, with Sophia.
Yep.
All of that over on the Voktair. So go check that out. Let's maybe raid someone.
Yeah.
Left on. If you celebrate it, I hope you have a great Easter. What's left of it? Let's see who we can raid.
Well, there is a group that was actually in the Fantasy Grounds newsletter with us that's on right now.
Who's that?
Creatures of Queens.
Creatures of Queens.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Just typed it in the chat for you.
Stick around. You can get some extra points for your monkey attacks on Kepler. We're now back in the homeland, and Kepler is of course free game for monkey attacks again.
Really, it's just going to be Teak shitting on him now.
Will we ever get to see
as an undead monkey?
Will we ever get to see Bingo again?
That's what's fun.
Will we get Smudge back from the Mummy Lord? Will I actually get the raid to work properly?
No.
You can keep Bingo. I like Sunny.
Yeah, you like Sunny? Sunny might be sticking around.
We'll see.
We'll see.
He's old though. So.
There you go. Okay, thanks again, everybody. And we'll see you around on the other streams this week. Until
Have a
next
good
time.
night, all.
Good night. Thank you.